this competition. Aston win that game 7-1. Somewhere in the Madrid Derby, Real Madrid won the first leg of this derby 2-1 against Atletico. The first 2 goals in that game was excellent. Rodrigo scoring an excellent goal and Alves scoring a powerful shot. Oh, that goal was massive, making it 1-1 in the first half. Second half, Madrid scored to make it 2-1 to win that game 2-1. Other results happened in Champions League. Aston Villa winning their game 3-1 away from home. So they have more than 50% of qualifying in the next round. But let's see what happens next week. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Vote Sports on Vote 104.3 FM. My name is Godwin, and welcome to the show. Good morning, John. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Feeling excited. Last night was a flurry of goals, a flurry of performances. We saw teams that were without strikers score 7, and of course, Arsenal fans are on cloud 9 right
A big
now.
message to Real Madrid. They are sending a message to Real Madrid.
Good morning, Nos. How are you?
Good morning. Interesting game where all the defenders got on the score sheet. I'll say all the defenders basically got on the score sheet. And the match I was focused on was the Aston Villa and Club Brugge. And though they lost that game, but I saw a stellar performance from the side that nobody expected or nobody gave them a chance. And even the game between Lille and Borussia Dortmund, it was another beautiful game to see. If you're neutral seeing these 2 games, you know that there was football beyond Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid.
Okay, remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FN Sports. We are live now on YouTube at Vote FN Sports. You can go there, drop your comments. We'll be reading your comments live here in the studio. Okay, the Champions League proper. I'll give you the result of yesterday's game and today's fixtures. Remember, Champions League continues today. Other rounds of games are happening today. The biggest game will be PSG and Liverpool will be playing today. But for now, let's talk about yesterday's game. First game that happened yesterday is Club Brugge 1, Aston Villa 3. Good result for Aston Villa in that game. 9 p.m. fixtures. Real Madrid winning 2-1 against Atletico Madrid. PSV 1, Arsenal 7, and Dortmund playing 1-1 draw with Lille. Okay, let's start with the first game of the day. Club Brugge and Aston Villa. Aston Villa is going to probably have more than 50% chance to go to the next round of this game. They scored early in that game, 3 minutes, and Club Brugge equalized 1-1. Our own Onyeka was in that game. Is it Onyekachi? Onyekachi was played that game too. But good game for Aston Villa. Asensio scoring again from the penalty in the 88th minute to seal that win 3-1.
That game was 1-1. It was written all over a draw until the own goal, until the sub. I don't know what Mnaimi was thinking at that time, because that's one thing to know what your game plan is and what your in-game tactics would be when you make a sub. It was matching. They were matching each other blow for blow. Everybody was coming at you. Come at me, I come at you. You score a goal, I equalize. You come on the counter, I defend deep. I get the ball, I go at you. Club Brugge had the ball, and they played in midfield. Whenever Aston Villa had the ball, they played in midfield as well. They were matching each other blow for blow until Neymar looked at his bench and decided to pour in 4 people at the same time, like 4 subs at once, and everybody was like, it's not going to be easy for Club Brugge to get out of this one. Marcus Rashford came out. The other guy came out, and I was expecting, okay, Kamara would at least, maybe not really, but he made the sub and he brought in the Asiensos, the Ramses, and everybody. And I'm like, bro, Bailey he scored a goal yet, but he's not in this game. He scored the goal, he was on the score sheet, yes, but he was absent throughout the game. You should have taken him off. And he took out Marcus. And this is one thing with coaches. They look at the weak link and they say, no, this weak link will play 90 minutes. Let the other smart players. And you'll be like, oh, he won't do anything. And he was the one that got the cross that got them the own goal. And after that own goal, he just went downwards. And the defender I don't know what he was thinking to make that back pass and tackle the player to get the penalty. I don't know what he was thinking at that point.
Unai Emery has more chance now to reach the quarterfinal of Champions League. I think he has done best. He has done his best for Aston Villa. Last 3 years, Aston Villa fans cannot even believe that they are going
to Europa.
Not go to Europa League. They are not even going to anywhere in Europe.
That's why I say Europa League, the even Conference League, no hope for them.
But he has done well with this team.
Champions League quarterfinals.
He has built well and he has bought well too.
Of course, he's bought well, he's built well, and this is just the beginning, because as they say, the reward for good work is more work, and that also means that the expectation of good work is also more expectation, which is some Aston Villa fans will be dreaming about winning the title, if not this season, maybe next season or thereabouts, and it's going to be fun to see how he progresses this team to the next level. He got a card on the night. Obviously, he's not one to hide his emotions or hide what he feels was wrong towards his team or stuff like that. but you have to give it to him that winning away in the first leg, this margin is good business because you can come back home
You are playing at home.
and close shop, pack the bus, pack trailer, pack private jet, pack everything,
Pack wall of Jericho.
and you're done. You're done. You know, you're on to the next round as well. How many of the other teams could say that they had this much of, you know, control in the game? How many of the other teams can say that they shut down their opponent as well as they did in this encounter? It's a really good game for Aston Villa.
Good game for Aston Villa. Aston Villa winning that game. First leg 3-1. Good result for Emery. Emery, they are going to play next week at the Villa Park. So if anything, a draw, even if they lose that game 1-0, they are still going to qualify for the next round. So they have more than 50% chance of making the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Okay, the next one, the big one. Real Madrid beating Atletico 2-1. It was let me say, call it a 50-50 game, but Real Madrid had showed class. Mbappe and Vini did not show their worth in this game because they didn't play as I expected. So the thing about football is that if you're a big star, everybody expected to do well.
Everybody expected to score hat-trick.
Yes, but
against at ATM.
If you look at the first goal that Rodrigo scored, that pass from Valverde to him, it was an excellent pass, and it was an excellent move from Rodrigo to cut that ball in and smash it with his left leg inside the net. Then, come on, the goal for Alaves was mad. Like it was one of the most insane goals I have seen in the Champions League.
That's what
like,
you call goal.
That guy is a good striker. City probably should be missing that guy. But if you look at that game generally, if you look at Madrid winning that game 2-1, they have a small advantage, but anything can happen in the second leg. But in this particular game, what do you think went wrong for Atletico?
I wouldn't say anything went wrong for Atletico.
Plenty.
I would just say that, I wouldn't say anything went wrong for Atletico. I would just say that they are playing the old enemy, which is Real Madrid. And for Madrid, they weren't as scintillating as they used to be because the main man is out. I'm talking about Jude Bellingham. So the team looked cobbled together and they took the best of the opportunities created. And let's not also forget that it's the junior Madridistas that got on the score sheet for the team. For all the firepower they have in the attack, for all the Vini and Mbappe and everything, is these young guns bailing them out yet again. And in this encounter, I just felt that without this guy starting, Atletico Madrid were not as attacking as I know them to be. It would have been Solot, Alvarez starting,
Griezmann
and then Griezmann coming in the second half or coming in behind the two of them. You could tweak the formation, play the two of them up from Griezmann behind, and then the other midfielders around them. It would have been a better mixture for me, but I felt that they didn't want to attack too much and not give Real Madrid an opportunity to hit them.
If tactics no work, you start to define faults. This has been the starting lineup for Atletico Madrid for a couple of months.
Griezmann starts. Actually.
It starts with Alvarez or Alvarez on the bench or Solot. So it's either Griezmann and one player up front. That it didn't work against Real Madrid. It worked against Barcelona. Just because it didn't work against Real Madrid, we're looking for faults. We're not going to look for faults in good games. And John, I understand when John is coming from because he wants at least there should be firepower in attack. If you play firepower in attack and you don't have a credible midfield to balance the game, you have a problem.
About midfield there now, who
Gala was missing in action. MIA. I will call the midfielders that were missing in action for Atletico Madrid.
Gallagher didn't start, so
most of the players are missing in action. Like whenever he comes in, even Simeone was missing in action. When Gala came in second half, they were using him to play up and down. Rodrigo was using him to play up and down. So people that didn't start were supposed to start. The Galas and the rest of them. People that started were missing in action because they didn't come with that pace that Real Madrid came with. It was first goal for what's it called? Rodrigo. We saw a beautiful goal. Then the response from Alvarez.
Alvarez, yes.
Good. That was when we said, okay, the game has started because the echo, the roar from the fan base was where I was saying the game was loud. It was loud enough that I felt like, okay, this is going to be one of those games where you won't sit and see the game. You have to stand because every moment you're moving and somebody's tapping you, please, you're blocking me. You're moving and you're moving like that. And I'm like, no, I can't sit in my house and watch this game. I need to go to the place where I see people talk about the game. And I sat there and I saw the game. And every time you're like, Ayabago transfer. That was what everybody was saying, Ayabago transfer, because there were fouls. Fouls were going up and down that the referee could have given cards.
Okay, if you look at that game, Madrid played a 4-4-2. Played 4 attackers in that game. That they played Rodrigo, Mbappe, Vini, and Diaz. Diaz scoring the second goal. I think every time you put Diaz, somehow he scores a goal. He scored last week and he's scoring in the Champions League again.
John said the young Madrid stars, and you look at the Madrid team, the only old man there is Rudiger and Timo Courtois, Rudiger and Grandpa Luka Modric. The rest of them are young Madrid stars because none of them are none of them
The
are
rest of them are
77.
not young Madridistas.
The rest of them, except for
Tchouaméni is not a young Madridista. Camavinga is not a young Madridista. Who else again?
You said the young Madridistas came to rescue them.
Yes.
You said they came to rescue them.
The young Madridista is the Brahim Diaz, the Adagula, the Hendrick. Those are the young Madridistas.
Are they young? Because these people have been in the club for 3 years.
Those are the young Madridistas. Simple.
Hendrick came in the second half, and what was his numbers? Had a foul committed against him, and he didn't get on the score sheet. So I'm not going to say this is the only young Madridista that could, or the Andagula, the Hendry. These are the young Madridista you will talk about, and they didn't get it. But Rodrigo has been there. He was
Brahim Diaz is a young Madridista.
He's dunked Man City.
Brahim
Diaz is dunked. Rodrigo has dunked Man City in the Champions League. Rodrigo dunked Bayern Munich in the Champions League. If I remember very well, last season where he made the sub and he created the chance to dunk Bayern Munich in the Champions League. So he's not young, and he's been in the team for more than 4 years now.
Wow.
So going on loan and coming back and going on loan, he's been there for full 2 seasons now.
Is he a starter, man? Answer this one, yes or no. Is he a starter?
No,
yes or
not.
no? So please.
It doesn't make him a young Madridista.
Please keep that to yourself. If he's not a starter, he's a young Madridista. Simple
Okay,
and short.
that game ended 2 goals to 1. Let's see what happens next week. Now, let's go like defending. So, but next week he needs to attack. If he needs to qualify for in the next round of Champions League, if it's anything less than getting at least a win in that game, will knock them out of the Champions League. But let's see what happens in the next week of this second leg of this game. Say the Madrid Derby, they will just go to Atletico to play the second leg. It's just their neighbors, so they will go and play the second leg. So let's see if Simone has something for us next week, if he's going to find a way to knock out Madrid. But remember, Madrid are the Mr. Champions League. When it comes to the Champions League, they can win anytime. Even if it's 1 minute to go, they can win it. Okay, let's move on to the biggest scoreline of the day. It's PSV 1, Arsenal 7. Arsenal is the first team that scored 7 in away goals, 7 goals in an away knockout stage of any Champions League ever. So Arsenal scoring 7 in that game. You know, Arsenal is without a striker. Yesterday we are criticizing them. That how can they score goals? Because back-to-back games they have not even scored a single goal. Now they scored 7. And I was wondering, where is this 7 coming out from? Is it that, okay, the question now, is it that Arsenal was too good on the night? Or PSG was too poor? Because it cannot be, it has to be so, I can't even explain.
Your answer to that question will determine if you're a pessimist or an optimist or a realist.
Because it was just somehow, Arsenal scoring 7, and there wasn't no blunder, like no mistake, like all this casual mistake from defender or goalkeeper. They were just scoring goals. They attacked. At some point, they had to put Calafiori as an attacker, and he scored a goal. It was just crazy time for Arsenal. But if you look at that game in general, Arsenal scoring 7, good game for Arsenal. They are practically in the next round of the competition. There is no way PSG will go to the Emirates and score 6. It's not even possible.
It's fine. It's fine.
We like to hope. We like to. If they score the 6, what will not happen?
Nothing will happen. Scoring 6, yeah.
If they score this, if they come to Emirates and score 6, what will not happen? Nothing will happen. It's still the same thing. They go to extra time and they fight it out, penalty shootout. But I just feel like this is as a result of when you speak loud and you have no action. I'm calling out Ivan Perisic on this one right now because he took Badbele Arsenal before that game. It was the coach even didn't have anything to say during the press conference. It was just Ivan Perisic I was looking at. He came out to say Arsenal have never won anything major trophy in the last couple of years. They don't know how to play knockout football. That they are going to. It was too loud, and I think the next thing the other teams bought into that pride, and like John would say, pride comes before the big. And this one was big. The heavier the pride, the weightier the downfall. So it was just Perisic. This game was written Perisic all along. It was a big message to him. Don't make that kind of statements again. He did that. I think he made that kind of statement at Inter Milan, and they lost in the Coppa Italia finals at one time like that. He did that again, and he's done it again at PSV. You don't make statements like that before a big game.
Whether I like it, statement doesn't change the fact of the game. Whether you say or you don't say.
If
you trash you.
If you get how you go take talk.
You see,
if you lose, we go understand. Say okay, you lose, you play my game. But when you go there, go brag. It was too braggadocious.
Well, started as a striker and he scored a goal. If you look at people that scored, Timber scored, Waneri scored, Merino scored, Odegaard scored 2. and had 2 assists also. Trossard scoring and Calafiori scoring the last goal. That means Arsenal scored 7 in this whole game. But if you look at this, was a perfect performance from Arsenal.
You know, Arsenal spelled Perisic with these their goals, right? So Perisic should have something to go back and go and think about. You know, in basketball, there's a saying that don't get him started, which means don't give him any fuel that he needs, right? And in this conversation, Perisic Arsenal gave the Arsenal team the fuel they needed to come into this game and win the game the way they've done it. Purely, you know. And then secondly, for Arsenal and for Arsenal fans, you know, it feels good when you win like this. You know, a lot of them are already talking about winning the Champions League. A lot of them are already talking about, you know,
Madrid,
this is hopium now. This is hopium speaking. I will just tell you guys to come back down to reality and prepare for the next match, because don't expect a 7-0 match in your next encounter. You know, there was something that happened on the night that in Nigeria, and Amusan set 2 world records. Somebody went back and went to go and check and found that there was something in the wind. The wind was a few clicks faster, and so they took one of the world records off her on the night, but she still set the world record and she still has that to her name. I'm sure if we go back and look at that game yesterday, something
was in the ball. Something was in the ball.
Something was in the ball.
Because the Arteta said they changed the ball. Something was in the ball that we did not really check before the game.
I think the difference is the way this PSV side, Arsenal is not the team you should attack. If you come out and play, they will almost kill you. But in Premier League, they play low blocks against Arsenal. Most teams play low block, like they defend against Arsenal very well. But PSG coming out to attack, because the way PSG talked about it, they are coming to attack Arsenal because, you know, against Juventus, they came out and scored goals. They wanted to come out and score against Arsenal. Well, Arsenal has pride themselves of when it comes to defense, because Gabriel and Saliba can defend for their life. So they don't need to score goals. Now, but making this formation again, would you think it will take them to probably they have to play Real Madrid or Atletico?
They have to play Real Madrid.
They have qualified already. There is no way that PSG. They are qualified.
6-0 is possible.
Leave that one. There is nobody that
Arsenal can do 7.
There is nobody that is scoring
it's just
7.
It's just like Nottingham Forest losing 5-0 a week, and the next week they are scoring 7.
Same opponent.
No, different opponent.
That's what I'm saying. You are playing the same opponent.
Possibility. I'm always a conspiracy theorist and all of those. Possibility would always emerge. The possibility is still 40% or maybe 10%.
There's no percentage. 0%.
The possibility with, I said the same thing about Brest, and everybody. I'm not saying they will do a comeback and score 8.
Where they won't come back from? Where?
At least 6-0.
Who wants score the goal?
The fear go cause the Arsenal body to at least balance the game. Maybe when they score 1, 2, 3, 4, Arsenal be like, oh no, we can't allow them complete.
Arsenal will tie hand behind their back and let them score 4.
It's possible.
It's possible.
It's possible.
It's fine.
There's every possibility in football. That's one thing I just believe.
There's a possibility that is just a fake possibility. There's no way that you go to Emirates and score 6. Even if Arsenal feel under 21 to go and play that game.
Even if they feel under 18.
They will not score 6. Don't tell them to pack the balls and defend for 90 minutes. They are not scoring 6. But later, one area is Alexander performer again for Aston. The boy he's 17 years old and he's been doing, even though the guy got the man of the match because he scored 2 and had a couple of assists. But if you look at one area is going to be star. When Saka comes back, I want to see where they're going to play because he's playing Saka's position now and he's been doing well there. If Saka comes back, what do you think they should drop him back to the midfield or continue?
Now look at where the problem is. Ball retention is what you use to field your next lineup if your team is complete. Ball retention. How many times does one go on the offensive and loses the ball to the position and runs into a brick wall? It's rare. You will see it's rare. He holds on to the ball. He passes the ball when he needs to pass the ball. It takes some players when he needs to take on players, and he makes sure the ball doesn't go into the position and for them to hit on the break. Then you look at the other side and Trossard, same thing. You're playing against a low block team. You're not playing a counter-attacking football. So you need a player or 2 players that would hold on to the ball in attack. So Sterling is your man to play in that position, but you definitely don't trust Sterling because he's going to run into brick walls and expect a penalty that will not be given. You have a Moreno who will do the same job, hold on to the ball in attack. You have a Trossard, you have a Nwaneri, you have a Saka. Now, you see, I've mentioned everybody that could hold on to the ball except for one person in attack. Jesus can try. But Martinelli is not your guy. So you're playing a low block and you need the counter attack. Now this is where I say if you have these players play this formation, now you're playing against a team that plays low block. One of you should be starting, not Martinelli. If Trossard is starting and you don't have a striker, Trossard to play as a false 9 or perhaps as number 9, one of you can play from the flank.
One incident in that game is Luis
Just
Kelly. He was removed in 35th minute of that game. He got the first assist for that game. First or second assist, I don't know which one he got, but 35th minute, Ateta removed him because he almost got a red card in that game. He's young, he's still making all these reckless challenges. They had to remove him because he just was the hot yesterday. He was running up and down trying to. When Ateta saw that second tackle, he just called Khalifa, please come, boy, come out, your head the hot for this game. But luckily for him, he didn't receive his matching order in that game. He would have changed the whole dynamic of this game if he had gotten that red card.
Yes. You would have changed if you had gotten the red card. And you can't, this is not a challenge that you sit him down and say, stop doing this stuff, because you want that enthusiasm.
Yes.
You want that passion from the young lad. It's just to guide the way he gets into the tackle so that he doesn't leave the team short-handed in games where you need all hands to be on deck. So on that note, fine move by Arteta, but then somebody needs to have that conversation with Kelly as well so that he picks his tackles and he does them well, not the type that you're throwing yourself into any challenge because you're young or something like that.
It's not because he's young. I don't think it's because he's young. I feel like the guy has the fight in him. You get, but when the fight is more
now
when the fight and the passion is more than what is expected, you become an extremist, and I think that's what he's being right now. So somebody needs to tell him that at some point you don't need to go for these tackles. You just need to make the runs, because I believe what Maldini said at some point. He said when you make a tackle, it means you've miscalculated the position of the ball. You don't need to go for a tackle. You need to steal the ball from the position. So an interception is good. A slight touch of pass, maybe you're running with the defender and you just pass the ball to the striker thinks he has the ball, but he doesn't know that you've kicked the ball out of his feet. That's not a tackle. But when you go for a full-fledged sliding tackle, it means you've made a mistake. And I believe in his head, he's always believing I've made a mistake in one certain area. I need to cover up with this tackle. He's not being an extremist. He wants to improve. He wants to prove himself, and he wants to prove himself to be a fighter. I think it's just too much. Well, he should reduce the number of tackles he goes for.
Okay.
And at least play with the passion, because that's the passion level that we see him play for with. And he should just maintain that passion level, but reduce the.
Talking about tackles, you have to be just smart to get your tackles right. So if you see how Saliba tackles, he hardly misses tackles. Sometimes, even if you blow it as a penalty, he's not bothered because he knows that he gets his tackles right. But this boy is still 18 years old. He's still going to grow up and be better player in the future for Arsenal. But in this particular game, Arsenal winning this game 7-1. So Arsenal, the penalty was considered by Partey in that game. Just one penalty in the first half. The first half ended 3-1. The penalty considered by Arsenal for PSG to score in the first half, but that game ended 7-1. Arsenal scoring a whole lot of goals without a striker in that team. So let's see what happens. Not next week. Let's see what happens in the next round of games for Arsenal. Okay, let's move on to the last game of the day. Is Borussia Dortmund and Lille playing at a 1-1 draw. In this two teams, I think Lille has a better advantage now because Adeyemi scored in the 22nd minute to make it 1-1. Lille equalized in the 88th minute, which was heartbreaking for Dortmund. Now they are going to go to France to find a way to get a win because they reached the Champions League final last season. But in this particular game, 1-1, I think is a fair result. But before we talk about that game, remember guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. You can go there, drop your comments, and we're going to read your comments in the studio. Okay, Emmanuel Okitibi is saying, give Aston their credit, once in a decade performance. Okay, yes, once in a decade performance. And have a new person here, Mohammed, I think he's from Indonesia. He say, good morning, Mohammed. Thank you for joining us on today's show. Okay, talking about Borussia Dortmund, I think it's a fair result for both of them, but both of them played well. If you look at the statistics of both of them, it was basically a 50-50 game, even though that Leo at the end was trying to score a goal, so had a little more ball possession. But good game. 1-1 is a fair result for both of them.
1-1 is a fair result. You would expect that Borussia Dortmund would have executed better. You know, you would also expect that they would have gotten more goals in this encounter. But for the return, you look at how many chances were created. You have just 7 chances, of which 1 was on target, and the remaining 6 were off target. You look at block shot, not even block shot for them. It tells you that the productivity levels was poor, albeit they had a little bit more possession in the encounter. Towards the ending of the game, that's where Lille turned on possession. They had 57 possession overall. but you could see that for all the efforts that Borussia Dortmund had going into this game earlier on, the conversion rate was really poor. And then Sergio Guirassy, having played 90 minutes, was also unable to get on the score sheet, albeit looking out for the way he was serviced in that game. He wasn't getting as much service as he should be getting. And you also look at, who and who they went with. They went with Karim Adeyemi, Julian Brandt, and Gittens. This is the same guy they brought in. I think was it this January they brought in from the Premier League, and then Pascal Grob behind him. I would have played Pascal Grob up forward on the flank rather than playing him as yes. What are we saying, man?
Did you see Pascal at Brighton?
I saw Pascal at Brighton. Pascal got on the goal when he drifted into that position. Yes or no?
Okay, this particular game
He
ended.
did, man.
This particular game ended 1-1, so it's going to be a huge game to play next week in France when Lille is going to hold Dortmund. But I think good game generally, so for this.
I saw that game. For a neutral, it was more interesting for me. I don't know about any other person. It was
How can it be more interesting than?
It was
It
more
wasn't
interesting than.
interesting.
That's
anything.
You know, you expect all of now. I watch big match. Now me, I've told you, I'm not a person to come and be watching big games. If not for the shout and the roar of fan base, I wouldn't have seen the Real Madrid game. I'll say it for a fact. I wouldn't have just bothered with Real Madrid game because we know how it's going to go. It's good. We know how it's going to pan out. People always want to force the referees that the referee was not giving the cards as it was supposed to do. But for Lille, you see the performance level. You see everybody running around. First goal, Borussia Dortmund scored in 22 minutes at Karim Adeyemi off a counter attack. Off a loose ball, I think somewhere. And
I think it was a corner. He headed it and he smashed it.
Now off it was a corner counter first, and they got the corner kick, and all of that happened. And you see that game going forward, and you say, okay, fine, this is going to be a good game. Possession wise, they didn't have. I think Lille kind of shut down. It's what we call the link to connection. They shut everything down. They get it wasn't getting Guirassy was not getting service because the connection lines were not working properly. Whenever you take a pass, it's just like when you say Rudiger on Haaland. When you take a pass to Haaland, you're seeing somebody there who is somewhere around him, stalking him and waiting for him to make a move before they can take the ball off him and steal the ball off him. So whenever the ball is coming to Sergio, there's somebody there to steal the ball. There's somebody there to intercept. There's somebody there to make sure he doesn't get the runs right, because the runs you make also affects the game.
Okay, that game ended 1-1. So let's see what happens in next week of this whole game for Aston. I think Aston is in the next round of the competition, but for other teams it's open. Even Aston Villa winning 3-1, it's still open. Club Brugge can go and score 2, and it's still close to them. But let's see what happens in the, especially for Real Madrid and Atletico. Atletico need to come back and attack. For Aston are probably in the next round in the quarterfinal of the Champions League. Okay, before we move on to this game, let's move on to our YouTube channel again. Remember, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports, and Emmanuel is also saying, I just hope they don't think this is how it's always going to be. He's talking about Arsenal. You don't score 7 every day. Then father, they said no, so no like big games because him now West Ham fan, small club. Okay. Okay, for today's fixtures in the Champions League is Barcelona is going to be hosting Benfica. Okay, it's the other way around. Benfica is going to hosting Barcelona in the first game of today. Not first game of today, but Benfica is hosting Barcelona. PSG will play Liverpool. Bayern Munich will play Bayer Leverkusen. These two German clubs will play each other. Then Feyenoord will play Inter Milan in the first game of the Champions League. Okay, if you look at the Feyenoord and Inter Milan, is going to be playing the first game of the Champions League. Inter should be winning this game, right?
Inter should be winning
this game.
The same way we saw Arsenal win, the same way we hope Inter Milan will win.
But not trashing.
Go to Netherlands and get a result.
Not trashing though.
No, not really trashing. We don't expect them to trash Feyenoord because Feyenoord has a good defensive record. But we expect them to get a result. Maybe if the 3-1 win. A 3-1 win against Feyenoord will be good enough.
Okay, John, if you look at this game, who do you think will win this game? Inter Milan or Feyenoord?
It has to be Inter.
Inter winning. They are going away.
They are going away.
They don't normally score a whole lot of goals in.
Inter don't like.
How many times did they score 3 in a game?
Inter don't like to score 5 or 4 or 3 until it's necessary.
When the necessary becomes the you do. But I also feel like in this game now, Feyenoord, if you look at the record in the group stage, in the league format, you look at how they've come out or how they qualified. Look at the defensive record. You see that they have a good defensive. Not that they have a stellar or perhaps a fantastic defensive record. They have a good defensive record. It wasn't the best, You get Inter Milan on the same hand had one of the best defensive records in the Champions League. If you look at the way, I think they and Liverpool had one of the best defensive records in the Champions League group stages. So it's all going to come down to who defends the most and who gets on the score sheet first.
Okay. And for me, it's also going to depend on who makes their chances count.
That's who gets on the score sheet first. Because if I get on the score sheet first, as fair enough, definitely Inter Milan is not going to see my positive.
PSG is going to be playing Liverpool in one of the biggest games of today. PSG has scored multiple goals. If you look at their games in the last 5 games, they have scored 3 more in all those games. They have been scoring goals. Even in their last Champions League against Brest, they almost killed Brest in that game. I think it ended 10-0. in both legs. On aggregate, it ended 10-0.
3 and 7.
So they have been scoring goals everywhere, but they play Liverpool side that are very tough. Liverpool are tough. They are on top of the Premier League. They topped this Champions League league table. Now they are playing the PSG side that are in form. Dembele has been scoring back-to-back hat-tricks, doubles. He has been scoring goals back-to-back. It's going to be a tough game.
He's been one of the players to look out for in the PSG side, I understand. But, a big but. How is the defense has been scoring against? Are they the likes of? I'm not even going to call Van Dijk. Are they the likes of Joe Gomez? If he misses a player like Joe Gomez in defense, how will his number be? If he misses a player like Quensa in defense, how will his number be?
Is it his fault that those players are not in the league on right now?
No. Wait, John.
Wait, why even calling Quensa? Who is Quensa?
I'm just saying.
Thank you.
You need to deal with the children before you talk about the adults. Now, Joe Gomez and Quensa and Bradley and Chimikas, can he deal with this defense line, let alone deal with the Robertson, who is very aggressive and doesn't pick up cards, Van Dijk, who is very conservative and knows when to go for his tackles, Kunate, who looks around to make sure he's covering every other person's track, and Van Dijk is doing the same thing. Then the guy in the right back, Trent, if he can deal with the Bradley, Konsa, Joe Gomez and Chimikas, then he might probably have a chance of dealing with this player.
How will he deal with people that he has not played?
That's
what I'm saying. It's going to be. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be tough.
Simple. Everybody targets Trent. So target Trent. He will lose.
He's not playing from this side. He's not playing from Trent's area.
He can try to play from the left.
The person that can play from Trent's area is a Vicha.
And Vicha can still create chances.
Vicha is still a threat.
If he crosses the ball and there's a Robertson tracking him to make sure he doesn't get on the ball, how is it going to look like?
Will Robertson track him 2-4-7?
He's going to play for Robertson's side of the field.
Bro, let's not.
He play from like a striking position.
Now he's going to play in between Van Dijk and Kunate. Now it's like he has a problem either ways.
He doesn't have
so the hat trick is be scoring his bonuses to Ligon's side.
That one
in
is,
this game,
this one is just bad belly.
It's not bad belly, is it? I'm just telling you the way it is. In this game, he has a whole lot of tougher opponents to face. He has a lot. It's like a tough hurdle.
It's just another game, man. On a good day, it's just another game. It's not his fault that he's playing in the league on that have baby defenders. It's not his fault. In fact, I see this game as man 2 versus man 2. Simple, right? This is going to be a Mo Salah versus and Dembele. Simple and short. Let's now see who the best man is. Simple.
Talking about Salah should be in form. He's been in form of like throughout this season, so they are expecting him to do something for them. If you look at the way Liverpool play, they play from Salah's side because Salah has been scoring a whole lot of goals, assists everywhere. But if you look at Slot, the way Slot has built this team, he has built this team like, I won't call them a perfect team, but it's somewhere near a very, very, very good team. For them to top the Champions League and topping the Premier League, I think with how many points? 9 points. So I think they have a chance to get something after Aston got something for against PSG.
There's just one word you use in this statement now that has destabilized the whole statement you used. You said the way Slot has built this team. Baba inherited squads.
And what happened?
He did not build squad.
What happened?
It is Jurgen Klopp's team.
Other managers inherit squad.
Let's not call it another team because I'm going to go haywire here now. Now hand me down. Simple.
Zidane.
Excuse me. This summer he will have the first try at building his own team.
And what if he not does it and win the league again?
It no concern me. Mom be say put the statement
Zidane,
right.
Look at it. Zidane was handed a team. He didn't buy any player. he didn't sell any player. He was handed the team and he went to do the three-peat. And
Of
we are here
course.
singing Zidane is a good player or a good coach. Because what you gave him something and he worked on it and he made it the best. He could
Nobody
be.
is questioning Slot's ability.
Now,
We are just saying he did not build the team. It was handed down.
That's what
Chicken,
I said.
that's all I'm
I
saying.
said build, but he didn't
Mandela
build it
FC,
successfully.
Reds, Pompey.
Okay, in this game, who do you think will win, PSG or Liverpool?
It's going to be it's a game I'm watching as a neutral, so I want six goals, 3-3 each.
Okay.
We are
Nah,
happy
he's
to
not be
move
neutral
on.
than a Babelese. He just want Liverpool no get the way. Me, I'm looking at Liverpool 1-0.
Okay, let's
1-0 in this
1-0.
encounter.
You come to Anfield and we
It's
knock
not
you.
possible, man.
Again,
Not possible.
anybody can win the 1-0. Anybody can just score the one goal and close up shop. Then in Anfield,
Okay,
we
let's see.
come with our action and deal with PSG the way we're supposed to play
So
the game.
let's see if Liverpool will go to Paris and probably get a result today, but that game is going to be interesting. PSG is going to be playing Liverpool. Okay, Benfica is going to hosting Barcelona. Barcelona are a team that scores goals. That when it means that scores goals, Yamal is going to sign a new contract. That's good news for Barcelona.
Of course.
But playing the Benfica side, Benfica are one of the still the weak side in this Champions League knockout stages, and Barcelona are a team that scores plenty goals. So are we expecting them to score another 5 goals?
Benfica scores goals.
I know they played themselves
Almost a 9-goal thriller.
Yes, I think it was 5-4 or
5-4
4-3 or 4-3 in that game. So it was a huge goal. Are we expecting that amount of goal in this game?
Benfica did a mistake. They were leading by 3 goals. I think they had a 2-goal margin between them and Barcelona, and they were still playing offensive football. That was the mistake. That was their greatest undoing. And Barca came into that game and with rapid shots got the win. And they were trying to get a result back after the draw. After I think they were drawing that game, they were trying to get a result back. And Barca went for the last counter attack and went for the last offensive move and got the win. So they know they've made a mistake in that one. That mistake will not repeat itself again. So coming to their home stadium this time around, they're going to play conservative football. They go try. They go try to make sure, say, waiting the mistake they don't do before, they don't go do them again. Get the results, get the win here, then go to Camp Nou and try and get the result they need.
John,
I just feel like they're going to win this game.
For me, in this game, it's going to be a slugfest in the sense that anything you can do, we can do it better. Simple and short. If Barcelona want to score a flurry of goals, we have Vangelis Pavlidis, who is also a hawk in that sense, who can score a flurry of goals as well. So it's just going to be how both teams get on the score sheet and close out the remainder of the game. That's what's going to be the telling difference.
Okay, let's see what happens is Benfica and Barcelona. Barcelona are a team that scores plenty goals when they play football, but Benfica scores too. But let's see what happens in this game. Okay, finally, guys, it's Bayern Munich versus Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen is a team that have actually threatened Bayern Munich in recent years. Even when they played a draw in their league, I think they missed a couple of 5 clear chances to beat Bayern Munich in that game. Now they are playing in the Champions League. Company has done well, truthfully. He has done well. It's likely that he's going to win the Bundesliga. But Champions League is different. Alonso is good. Everyone can say Alonso is a good coach. Now playing this game, they are playing first at home. Bayern Munich is playing first at home. But what do you think will happen in this game? Do you think that Alonso will do one better again against Bayern Munich?
I don't think he's going to do one better. I think this is company's season to shine.
Shine in the Champions League or the Bundesliga?
The Bundesliga is already secure. Shey say it's 9 points.
It's about that.
So that one, we don't have any problem with that one. We are talking about Champions League
today's game, yes.
Yes, today's game. I'm going to see Bayern Munich win this game.
Okay, now, so what do you think will happen?
You know where I stand. I don't need to answer that. You know where I stand. Bayern Munich cannot win.
Because of Boniface and
when we have 2.
Teller.
Nathaniel, Nathan Teller,
yes.
and Boniface. Then you have Floris, my guy.
You know,
you have Jonathan Tah. Forget he's claiming to be that guy one for Jonathan Tah.
You know that
in
Nigeria,
defense.
New coach has brought out the professional list for Aston, and Teller and Boniface is in that list. So they are
in the list. Where I have a problem with that list is we talk about it. Where I have a problem is this man in Canopilla.
Yeah, let's see that
our legend.
Yes, let's continue with this Germany game.
We'll talk about that one later. But look at it, this game now. We have 2 players who are Nigerians. I support based on nationality. But outside nationality, I support based on performance. And in recent years, last season, this season, we've seen the Leverkusen side come out, shock Bayern Munich. When you expect them to, at least Bayern Munich have all their players fit and ready to fire one way or the other, they just get a result, and that's the end of it. Even in the, I think in the Dutch Cup recently, they were dumped out by Leverkusen as well. So it's just the way Leverkusen are set up to shock or perhaps hold out Bayern Munich that they can't get the result they need.
Okay.
So in the league, in the Bundesliga, in the cups, and in this one again.
Okay, let's get your prediction for that game. Who wins in this game?
Leverkusen.
Munich.
It's going to be Munich's home, so I expect a draw in this one, but Leverkusen is going to the next round.
Okay, let's see what happens in today's Champions League. It's going to be, let's hope it's going to give us a whole lot of goals like last night. Let's see if it's going to give us number of goals that we enjoy, because as neutrals, I think that neutrals, we enjoy football better at neutrals
than
your team is staying. Night tension, one key.
You know, if I go and watch my match, I'm like, okay, this is what I'm saying. Chelsea match.
Okay, let's see what happens in the Champions League. I'm going to open the phone line to get your own prediction for today, or tell us what you think about yesterday's game. The number to call is 0706 048 5853. Call us and tell us what you think about yesterday's game, especially people that say that Aston was going to lose yesterday. Now Aston won 7-1. I know everybody is surprised about that result. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Okay.
Good morning, engineer.
What is your contribution?
John, let me first of all thank you. You know, I like your analysis because you are always straight through. And I think that maybe I just call Atata for me yesterday. We can see that if we put that in normal in position, you
Yes.
see how work that guy is working
Yes.
to play the guy out of his own position. If we can do that in what I do yesterday with that striker, I believe that we can still do more than that. The only thing that let them work with one spirit, as I said yesterday.
Yes.
The goal is not surprise me. One, I believe that man can do it. The issue now is, if Aston need to continue with this spirit, not tomorrow we shut down, and tomorrow Atata will scatter what he said. That's the case where I have the problem now. Playing either Madrid or Atletico Madrid, that was not fair to me. Arsenal have played them, win them. What is matter is for you to set your player.
Yes.
That two, there is Liverpool PSG today.
Yes.
I believe that I will have strong in Liverpool that will carry today.
Okay.
It's only that maybe the scoreline will be 2-0 favor Liverpool.
Okay.
I think.
All right. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, yeah, I think it's a good result for us. Like
I said, let the spirit in the team be the same. The next match is against Man United.
Yes, on Sunday, Man United on Sunday, so they have to, and they are playing at home, so I think it's going to be a good result for them. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is Zero calling from the
Okay, what's your contribution?
Yeah, yes. Liverpool beat PSG. Now Liverpool is not. We are not even. It's not a debate. Liverpool not famous. Liverpool, I think. Liverpool is when it comes to Champions League. I'm even scared of them more than any. I'm an Arsenal fan, but I'm scared of Liverpool more than any other team. Because Liverpool have shown that they are very. There's not. I was even thinking they'll fall along the way. I was hoping, but they've shown consistency both in the Premier League and in the Champions League. So PSG are just coming there to do their own normal blah blah. Liverpool will knock them out.
Okay.
But I see Liverpool winning them today. That's just it. Then for Bayern Leverkusen will, at least I see a draw there.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Okay, let's see if his prediction will work. If Bayern Leverkusen will get a draw against Bayern Munich, or if Liverpool will will win against PSG. I don't think they can trash PSG. Can they trash PSG?
John, no talk that trash. Any way John talk trash, probably they do for that match.
It remains to be seen.
Okay. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Sorry, I can't hear you. Can you speak up, please?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes. Name and location, please.
Okay, I forgot from Benue State.
Okay, what is your contribution?
Yeah, talking about the game players in the national. In fact, I hope I hope they have not scored the rest of the goals they should have. They will score for the next 2 months.
Okay.
That is what they did against Man City and before now, they couldn't have the opportunity to get more goals. But on the lighter, that is on the lighter.
No, yes.
Yeah. Arsenal, in fact, we were all surprised at their performance. I think we are get kudos for what they have done with the boys.
Okay.
And I think if they continue like this, at least they should either eliminate Atletico Madrid or Real Madrid. I say this without apology. Because I know with the level of their performances yesterday, Atletico Madrid or Real Madrid will not be able to stand their way.
Okay.
We pray so.
Okay.
And then one of my guys there was talking about PSG being inferior to Liverpool. Football is not read like that. Sometimes when it comes to some kind of things, because that even the thing you are expecting just to make it ordinarily, when it is not your thing, it happens both in international matches and cup level.
Yeah.
Like most of us that were able to witness Italian night, the almighty Argentina, they were brought down by the people from Cameroon. You know, Argentina has players like Maradona again, world-class players, because they were made ordinary on the field of play. And then look at what Aston did to Man City that I know on the ground of the expected match that Aston had it. But it was like
your phone is making noise now.
We shouldn't be talking about football like that.
All right.
Sometimes people the same by that I even take an uncle. Sometimes
sorry, I can't. I have to cut it. All right.
All right. Thank you very much.
I am giving Liverpool.
All right. They win.
All right.
Thank you very much.
This guy just sounded like typical me. They put up a fight, but still, I understand when he said PSG can. I understand when he said all those things, and he said something about Van Dijk can come and put up an own goal.
It's possible. Okay,
He's human and it's possible for crying out loud. He has done it in his career before. Let's not come here and do as if he hasn't
take a final call before we end the show. Yeah. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Name and location, please. Hello. Can you speak up, please? Yes. Name and location, please. Okay. What is your contribution? Okay.
Yeah, so we lose the match yesterday.
Okay.
But then remember they will play the match in the United States. They are happy. They are happy. They are being happy. Let them remember that that is ahead. For the matches. We are winning Liverpool. That is to win by Liverpool. And the other match is
Benfica, Barcelona.
Yeah.
Benfica win Barcelona.
Feyenoord and Inter Milan. Okay. Because they are wearing blue, Abi.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, let's see what happens in today's Champions League. Nigerian provisional squad has been, I think, 49-man list was introduced by the new coach, but I'm not going to start telling you everybody until he cuts down the squad to the number 24, 25 man squad. Then we'll give you who people that made it the squad. Remember, the international break is on 21st of March and 25th of March. So after Nigeria will play Rwanda away and play Zimbabwe in this tough World Cup qualifying round. We need to win this game if we want to qualify for the next World Cup. But let's see if Nigeria, our new coach, will help us qualify for the World Cup. For today's Champions League, so today will give us a whole lot of goals. There are big games everywhere. PSG playing Liverpool, I think, is one of the biggest games that's happening today. So that's what I'm going to be watching personally to see who wins in that game. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow and discuss all these games that is happening, that will happen today in the Champions League, and the Europa League will happen tomorrow. Tomorrow, Man United will play their own games tomorrow. I think Chelsea is playing Conference League tomorrow. So tomorrow,
playing against Real Sociedad.
We'll come tomorrow and talk about all this on the show. My name is Godwin, and have a wonderful day.
And welcome to Volt 104.3 FM, where music meets the voltage. And enjoy the show.
Alex Iwobi gets the ball out to the left-hand side. The delivery comes in. Oh, it's a goal! It's a goal!
Entertainment.
That's my game. Living the screen. I don't need that screen.
News and politics.
Enugu State governor has sentenced the electricity
Gospel.
and let them have dominion. The kingdom of God is within people.
Odenibo.
Daalụnụ ndị be anyị ekele m unu Igbo ndị ọma ji eme ọnụ unu a na-emekwa ọfụma
Awesome programs exclusively on
Vote 104.